back to the channel. Today we've got a special treat. We're cooking pork, and specifically pork country ribs. Now you're probably saying, you know, I've heard of pork ribs. This is a little different. These are what's traditionally called pork country ribs. These come from the primal loin section of the pig, up near the shoulder blade. So they're cut off, which makes them a little fattier than a normal pork rib. So these are boneless, so they're gonna be a really great texture, really great chew. We're going to slow cook these things for probably about an hour, but we're going to start the way we start all of our proteins. We're going to dry brine these things. So same dry brine as always, just a little kosher salt sprinkled down onto the meat from a high level here. We'll get these things all nice and set up for the cook. We're gonna put these in the fridge as always for 2 to 3 hours. Let that salt absorb in there nicely. And then we will put a little bit of a rub on these because I like kind of a bit of a sweeter flavor, sweet heat flavor on these ribs. We'll pick it up when these things are ready to have some of the rub put on there. We'll explain what the rub is, what the flavor profile we're looking for, and then we will move them out to the grill. So join me back here in a few.
The pork's been in the fridge for about 3 to 4 hours. When we take it out, you can see that most of the salt has been absorbed into the pork, which means that the brine is good. So we're gonna put some rub on this. Today, I'm going to use Sweet Heat for Your Meat. Now, I picked this stuff up in Louisiana, and you can see that on the container, it has pictures of the various animals you might use this on, and there is a picture of a squirrel there, so you gotta love it. I'm gonna use the normal duck fat as a binder to keep the rub on the pork. You can use mustard. That's what I used to use before I started using duck fat. Again, it imparts no flavor into it, but will help to hold the rub on. So I'm gonna sprinkle a little bit on here, and then we're gonna go get the grill lit and get ready to go. And I'm gonna apply this fairly liberally. Normally I would do this with the sides of the tub up, but I will leave them down for the sake of this tutorial. Now that the rub is on, I'm gonna leave these out to come up to room temperature. That'll take 20 or 30 minutes, which is about how long it's gonna take to get the grill up to temperature. So I'm gonna go get that lit up and we will pick this up outside. I'm gonna be using the bobber grill today for this cook. It's a smaller grill and I'm just cooking up a couple pork ribs for myself. I've got the chimney on here running now. I will put a link up in the corner to show you, for those of you who haven't seen the tutorial on how to use a chimney, you can get to that video here. Barbecue's set, so I'm gonna put the pork on. I have put a meter thermometer into one of the pork ribs so I can track the cook, but I'm going to take these things, as I say, I'm doing 100% indirect on this cook, so I'm going to line these around the outside of the charcoal barrel. So most of the heat is coming up through the center here. I will put the lid on. Now, with this barbecue, you have to let it sit for a while and get the coals really, really hot because it will kind of start to snuff itself out when you put the hood on. So about every 10 or 15 minutes, I will go and take that off, let them kind of stoke themselves back up, and I'll put some of the other pieces on and we will catch you momentarily. The pork's been smoking for about 10 minutes or so, so I put some mushrooms onto the grill to cook along with them. I gave the pork a bit of a head start because it's going to take a bit longer. I'm going to turn these just to try to even out the heat on it. I'm also going to put some smoke pellets in there to get some smoke rolling on this. The next step will be to sauce them and then bring them inside. So these are coming along nicely. They should be done shortly. I'm using the Jack Daniel's wood chips again. Those of you who have seen other videos, you know that I'm rather fond of these. So I'm just gonna take a handful and put them directly over the coals. They will start to smoke up fairly quickly, so I will put the lid back on and you'll see within a few seconds the smoke beginning to roll on that. So you can actually see it starting to come out the side already. So that'll put a really nice smoke flavor on both the mushrooms and the pork ribs, and give this about another 10 minutes. We will sauce it and start to wrap. Now you can see that ribs have been cooking for 10 minutes, just shy of 10 minutes, and it's saying that they have 9 minutes remaining. That is not accurate. That is one of the things with this small bobber grill, is that the temperature will fluctuate down fairly quickly when you put the lid on. So you need to be aware too, if you're using a probe or you're using some type of timing device, you're gonna have to add time onto a cook using the bobber grill. That's just part of learning the equipment that you need. Now my digital thermometer is telling me that there is 5 minutes left. I think there's more time than that, but I'm gonna start to sauce these things. I'm using a honey habanero sauce that I get at a local market here. It is excellent. You can make your own sauce. You can put on whatever type of barbecue sauce you would ultimately like. And I'm not gonna go super heavy on this because I do like the rub that's on there, and I wanna make sure I preserve some of the smoke flavor. So I'm gonna put that sauce on there, wait a couple minutes, flip them, put a little bit more sauce on the other side, and then plate these things and get them ready to go inside. So we'll catch you at the plating. Now inside, we're gonna cut the pork. I'm gonna get right to this. You see it's very white and pink inside. It's very, very soft to the touch. This is gonna be great. This is what it looked like plated. We're gonna have this with some Brussels sprouts, some mashed potatoes, and a couple stuffed mushrooms. Great meal. Super excited about this. So thanks for watching. If you like what you see, please hit like and subscribe. I include a link below to all the tools that I've used. Until then, I'm Greg the Grilling Guy saying, grill it real good.